Now we are with the Harrisburg Hornets and Coach Aaron Thorne. Coach, first, if you don't mind, just introduce who you brought with you and then just give an opening statement.
Yes, I've got my defensive coordinator here today, Nick Palazzi. This is his second year with us in our program, and I brought wide receiver, safety for us, Daniel Woodson, slot running back, our playmaker on offense, and our free safety also on defense is Ross Heeb, and a powerhouse on our offensive line, Cody Lawson.
And
the opening statement, sorry. Forgot about it. First off, just thank you guys for doing this again. I think it's a great thing that we're doing for high school athletics in Northeast Arkansas. It's really exciting. I know our kids look forward to it every year. We're really excited about our season. We've got a great group of seniors that have played a lot of football, a lot of them for 3 years for us. This is my first group that will have had me their entire high school career. So we have high expectations, along with a great ninth grade group last year that's moving up to be sophomores, with a lot of juniors that played a lot last year too. So we're really excited about this upcoming year.
Hey, and if you want to start out, maybe say a little bit about the offense and how you project the offense to play out this year.
Definitely. I feel like we're a lot more explosive offensively. Both of that comes with Ross last year led us in touchdowns. Having him back is huge. He plays a variety of things for us. He'll go to the running back position. We'll split him out wide. He'll be in the slot. He'll do a variety of things for us that really highlights his attributes as an athlete and allows us to be explosive. We've got two quarterbacks vying for the position right now, and a sophomore and a junior, which brings another athletic side that we haven't had. Last year, our quarterback averaged 6.71 yards a carry in Jet Jackson, and Jet would be the first one to tell you that he's not very fast. But these two this year are a lot more explosive, so we're really excited about them. We feel like we're going to be able to run the football a lot better, and we're moving up a ninth grader that'll be a 10th grader this year. He's a hoss. He's tough to tackle. He's going to run physical, and we feel like we're really going to take a huge step offensively to be a lot more explosive than we were a year ago.
Coach, you mentioned your quarterback situation. Is there a timetable on naming a starter, or will they both play throughout the year? How's that going to work out? They're
both going to play. We really like both of them. They both do different things that kind of are different from one another. I told them today, some of their strengths, one of their strengths covers up the other one's weaknesses. And so the ability to play them, a lot of times you hear if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one. I think we've got two good quarterbacks that can do what we're going to ask them to do and do it very effectively and give us a great chance to win ball games.
And just not to harp on one subject, but how do you see that rotation work panning out?
It just kind of depends. Game to game, it could be different. One of the things, Drew's a bigger body kid. Drew Wright, he's a bigger body kid. Samuel's a little smaller. He's going to be the sophomore. Samuel Moore. And we just kind of depends game to game plan wise. We're big offensively on looking at numbers. How can we attack you offensively that gives us a number advantage? And, there's times that running the quarterback is going to be a huge part of that game plan. And Samuel, we've got to limit his hits because of his size, and Drew can take more of his hits because of his body size. So just kind of depends game plan wise. There's no set rotation of this is how we're going to do. But we're going to kind of just let the game play out and see and utilize them. We may utilize them in the same series and just, a couple of them go 3 plays, and then we have a play we want to run with the other one, we'll run him in.
Run pass percentages or just game plan? Or?
Typically, we're 70% run, 30% pass. For us to be effective, we feel like that's what we need to be. But we also call the quick screen. We call all that's extension of the run game for us. So, when we say we're 70% run, if we're throwing a quick screen to us, that's just like a run. That's a high percentage play that it's our way of getting the ball outside in space quickly to let our athletes have an opportunity to gain yards.
All right, Coach, I'll ask you and then pass the mic down. Expectations, goals for the 2019 football season.
This is our year that we've looked to since I've been there. This is year 3. This is always the year that a head coach walks in, and it's year 3. You feel like you have your kids. You have everything that you feel is in place, and we feel like we're there. We're excited. We've got a long ways to go to get to the highest point that we want to get, but we've got high expectations. We're looking to get back in the playoffs. That's something that hadn't been done around Harrisburg in a long time. We're ready to get back in it and hopefully have an opportunity to, make some damage when we get going and doing that. What's your expectation?
I plan on winning games one at a time and going to the playoffs because I've personally never been. And I feel like that's something I've always wanted to do, and this is our year to do it.
You think so? What will be the number of seniors that you have starting along those lines? I mean, obviously, this is your core group of leaders here.
Definitely. We will have that's tough. We're probably going to have 4 on defense and 5 on offense. So we've played those guys, and they've kind of been starters their entire careers. So that's really exciting to have those 9 guys back that have 3 years experience.
And I'm offensive myself, and I've pounded that. Give it up. You run the offense, I'm assuming.
Yes, I do.
Talk about our defensive outlook, what we can expect from the Hornets.
Yeah, we've made some changes this spring to try to put our kids in position to be a little bit faster than we are. I want to give them the best chance possible to be successful, so we've kind of simplified our system to allow us to do that. We're going to move to a forefront, try to put some pressure on folks, and do what we can to keep them contained.
You say a forefront, like a 4-4-8 man front, or diverse, or?
Pretty much. We call it a 4-2-5, but it's very 4-4 in
Sure,
principle.
Sure.
Question for Ross. Coach has named you as one of the top playmakers he thinks that could be in the conference this year. And additionally, you look familiar to another Hebe that was on the team. So that must run in the football runs in the family. Just talk a little bit about that and the vote of confidence from your coach.
The football aspect runs in my family with my dad and my brother. Me and him both play together. And with my dad being on they went to the playoffs, so it's kind of a pressure. Can I be better than my dad, or is my dad going to be better than me? But the aspect for the expectations for us, I want to say that it's more bringing the town together than it has been in a long time. And I think that's going to be a start with me, and me along with my teammates, that if I can make plays and my other teammates can make plays, then I think this will be a great year for us.
Okay, Coach. So just going forward, just talk about a little bit about the schedule for next year, and how you project maybe the conference to play out.
Yes, this is one of the toughest conferences in all of Northeast Arkansas for sure. Our conference, that's what we were talking to Coach. I just went blank. Talking to some of the coaches in the waiting room earlier, just kind of talking about how tough our conference is. And it is a very difficult one. We do like our schedule non-conference. We're going to open up 2 of the first 3 at home. We got Cross County with our rival, and then we're going to have Cedar Ridge come in, and then we're going to travel to Mountain View to wrap up non-conference, and then we start with Corning and Piggott. Last year we started out really well initially, and then we had a heartbreak loss to Piggott, which kind of changed the direction of our team when we were hoping to make the playoffs and have that push, and we just weren't able to quite get in. So that's a game, we would really like to start off and get that win under our belts and move that forward into a really, really tough road. When we go through a really tough stretch of Piggott and Newport and Osceola and then Hoxie and Walnut Ridge, and that's the top 6 teams in your conference relatively, and it's tough. That we're all going to fight right there, and it's going to be a battle to the end to see who gets in the playoffs.
Coach, do you think your team will have a better play on the offensive and defensive fronts this year than you had last year?
I do. That's one thing that we're really excited about is our growth physically. 2 years ago when we got there, we were outmatched physically to every single team we lined up against. Last year we felt like it was even. This year we feel like we're going to be ahead of a lot of people. We're going to have our weakest squatter on the defensive line is going to be a 385-pound squatter, and he is a 6'3", 250-pound kid that is a great football player. He's led us in tackles the last 2 years, and he's the weakest squatting one that we're going to have up there. So we're really excited about that defensive line. I felt like our offensive line last year was really one of our strengths of our football team. But this year we are more athletic. We're able to run, and we're definitely stronger. And 3 of those guys returned that played last year on the offensive line, so they're only going to get better.
One other thing, I saw you guys play twice last year, and in certain situations you had trouble finishing drives in the red
Definitely.
zone. Specifically, your homecoming game against Osceola. Early you had 2 chances to get
Yes.
a significant lead and then weren't able to punch it in either time. Do you think having a little bit more mobility, athleticism at the quarterback position will give you
I do. I
another
think
opportunity?
the explosiveness is going to be the difference in our offense this year. Last year we had the 10, 12, 13 play drives to get the ball in the end zone, and those are tough at the high school level. You have one mistake and it seems like we'd get inside the 20, I don't know how many times, and have a bad snap. I mean, those things have been the focal point, and the explosivity of our offense, I think, is going to help us tremendously not to have to sustain those long, long drives.
All right, Coach, if you wouldn't mind, just maybe give a final statement and a complete outlook, for this
Definitely.
coming season.
Our community has been incredible for us. We've raised money this offseason, and we are actually putting in a turf field. I don't know if everybody knows that, but I can't thank our community enough that they have privately raised that money to be able to do that and help propel this, all of our athletic programs moving forward, how much that is going to help our school and continue to grow our each and every athletic program that can benefit our student athletes. And I'm really excited about the year. It's going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be fast, and these kids mean the world to me. They're the group that's going to be the hardest for me to watch them walk off the field their last time, because they're mine. I look at them as I've had them every year. I don't even want to think about that moment. I hope that moment's way past the beginning of November, and we can give them and send them out the way that they have helped change the direction of this program moving forward.